Say goodbye to boring garden walls as we show you an easy solution to transform your wall as well as to be able to plant on it. I spend a lot of time in my potting shed behind me, and recently built, I've got this wall here that just isn't doing it for me. So Garth and I have been thinking about it, and we've got a plan. The plan is we're going to make our own cladding. Yes, you can buy lots of commercial cladding, but why not try your hand at making your own? We've never done this before. We're going to give it a bash, and I got a good feeling about this one, so stay right where you are. So we've already told you we want to make some kind of special cladding. Now, Garth and I have been racking our brains as to how to get this right. And the inspiration arrived eventually, and this might sound quite out there, but when we were on a tour in Thailand and we saw exactly the rocks that I wanted to make. Now, I've been explaining this to Garth, and we've kind of worked it out. So this is how you do it. Number one, you need this foam stuff. You know, the foam stuff that fills big holes up when you had a bad builder. Or you got big cracks, hey, Garth?
That's correct.
And you get it in different sizes. You got to shake it up really, really well. And it works upside down, not like most things. You're going to take this little doodaff here, and you're going to screw it on. And we're just going to literally put it on a surface that you're not going to need at least for 24 hours. And this is the fun part. Check how it comes out, and it just starts expanding. What you want to do is just work it round. And remember, this stuff grows to about double its size. Double its size. So this one over here, I'm quite happy with it. What you do want is you want it to be as rough as possible, because as it expands, these all close up and then it starts looking more rounded. So you want it to have as many of these lumps and bumps as possible, obviously to look like a rock. All right. Now you can do as many of these as you want, obviously depending on how many molds you want to end up at the end of the day. But that's what you do. Great way to have lots of fun. You leave this for 24 hours, and I kid you not, you're going to end up with this big boy here. So from that small amount, it's going to expand to this. Changes color, and you can see it's got this beautiful texture, almost like volcanic rock, which is exactly what we want. Now, for cladding, you need a flat base, so that ain't going to work. So Garth, our plan is?
We'll cut it nice and straight.
Cut it off nice and straight. So I'll hold this baby here.
Okay. I need to hold it.
All right. That's the one. Beautiful. Nice and smooth. And you can imagine that that is going to eventually create the mold for our cladding, which you'll be able to stick straight against the wall. This is what we're going to do. Pop these two down. Got a bit of a thing hanging around like that. Just get rid of it. Exactly where you want them to be. Now we're going to be using a silicone rubber molding product. You can get this product from shops that specialize in craft products. Garth, how do we mix the stuff?
Right, Tanya. It's white at the moment.
Okay.
Right, we need to put half of this pink stuff in.
Right.
So you just need to shake it up a bit.
We're just mixing this according to the manufacturer's instructions. Now when you add the activator, you've got a certain amount of time to make this thing work and to finish it all off. Now the simplest part about this whole procedure is the next one. All you got to do is take a nice dollop of this. Ooh la la. Look at that. And you're just going to paint it on. Try and get it nice and thick, especially where you've got the bubbles. It's important that we create a little lip around the edge because it makes it much easier to be able to grab. So, like I'm doing here, just taking the product and moving it along the edge of my foam little goodie here to create a nice lip. Right, we finished putting on our latex basic liquid, which has got the activator in. We need to leave it for 24 hours and then we can remove the mold. We've let our molds dry for 24 hours. It's now time to take off this latex rubber. So you're going to have to grab it. And this is going to be a little tight, but you don't need to stress too much. There we go. That's the one that we want. Beautiful. Look inside here. It's got the perfect markings of basically everything that we had here. This is now going to form our mold. We'll be able to use it over and over and over again. And that's the beauty about having something like this as opposed to polystyrene or wood. So Now's the exciting part. Let's get our mixture ready, because now we're going to use these as our molds, and we're going to show you how to go about it. No mess, no fuss, nice and simple. Right, folks, to make our concrete mixture for our cladding, it's a very simple procedure. And we're doing it in a small little container like this because you don't need loads and loads, because we've only got 2 molds. So this is the mixture we're going to be using. It's 2 scoops, 2 volume of fine river sand. 1, 2. We're using 1 scoop of very small, the little 12mm stone, building stone. That's it, lovely Garth. And 2 scoops of PPC cement. Good stuff. Now, we want our cladding to have that dark, rich, black look, almost like volcanic rock, because that's what we're trying to emulate here. So to get that right, we need to use oxide. According to the manufacturer's instructions, we're using half a packet. This is a 500-gram packet, so just hoy it in, Garth. Half a packet, there you go. What is important, folks, is whatever you're going to be doing is to use the same consistency throughout. So tomorrow, if you're doing another batch, or the next day, remember to keep your consistency the same. All that we do now is give it a good mix. Okay, Garth, this is looking good.
Yep, well mixed. Yep.
Okay, right, make a little hole in the center. You hang on to that and I'll bring the water across. All right, here we go.
Okay, Tanya.
Okay, let's go. God, that looks awesome.
Yes, well mixed, Tanya.
Now, folks, immediately you're going to see the color of our mixture. It's really dark. That's what we want. It's well mixed in. It's really runny, and that's important when you're using molds, because you want your concrete mixture to get right into all those little crevices and grooves. That's what we want. So, all right, now what you're going to do at this point is you can either do this into the ground, or you can get little bowls like we've got. Basically just make a hole in the center, just like that. Take a look at that. You take your mold and you then firm it in, making sure the most important part is that your surface over here is level. Because if you're going to mold it like that, of course, your cladding is going to come out with that wonk in it, and that's not what you want. So you want to make sure that it's sitting nice and level, well supported by the river sand around it. Perfect. So Garth, I think let's just pour it straight into here. Ooh, gorgeous. Beautiful stuff. Nice. Just give it a little few bit of agitation in here. And we know that it's got into all those grooves, and that is it. Plain and simple. You're going to leave that for 24 hours. 24 hours will be more than enough for you then to be able to remove your mold. Alrighty, folks. Here are 2 of our molds that have dried. It's been 24 hours since we threw them, and now it's time to take them out and show you what we've got. Pretty simple. Just grab it, put it down the side here. Let's get rid of these guys. Okay. Pop it down like that, and then, hey presto, watch how easy this is. Ha-ha! Awesomeness! Beautiful, Garth.
Yeah, came out very nice.
Look at that. 2 stunning pieces of cladding. Really, really gorgeous. Kind of, you can see the molding in here directly from this that we've had. Beautiful flat surface, because that is how it's going to stick to the wall like that. So can you imagine? Put your one next to me here, Garth. There we go. We're going to have these bits of cladding all the way up the wall, and in between we're going to have these plants just cascading down. The only thing we've got to do now is make a whole lot more. After the break, Garth and I put the cladding to good use, and we show you how to put it onto the wall and plant it up to create a living wall.